So now that we've kind of mutated the letter M, we're going to move on to the letter U and talk a little bit about that. What I want to do is I want to do kind of the same thing with the letter U. I want to kind of mess it up and make it look kind of weird. What I'm actually going to do is make the bottom of the U kind of look like it's melting a little bit. So I'm going to select it. I'm going to select the shape and just take a look at what I've got so far. The letter U, obviously, because everything is made up of anchor points and paths, I can see now that it has a bunch of anchor points along the curve, and even on the straight edges there's some anchor points. And if I wanted to adjust how the bottom of this U looks, I'm going to have to use the direct selection tool to individually select anchor points. The difference between the M, which was all straight lines and corners, is that this letter has curves on it, and so at the bottom of the letter U, when you select anchor points on a curve, you'll see that there's these handles. When you hover on it, it even tells you that it's a handle. Handlebars are used in Adobe Illustrator to get the curves, and when you select it with when you select an anchor point that has handles, you can adjust the handlebars. So you can grab the ends of the handlebars and you can stretch them, and you can twist them to change the outline. And to make it look like it's melting, it's really easy, because when you adjust the handlebar, it kind of starts to look like a drip. When I grab this one and move it, I can create a drip. The cool thing about the handlebars is that you can really start to edit them a lot when you hold down the control button. You can control the one side of the handlebar at a time, which is kind of fun. You can move anchor points, you can adjust the curves. And you can make your drips extremely drippy and not so extreme. And we can always go back to what we learned on the last tutorial. You can add anchor points with the Add Anchor Point tool. Inside of the pen tool, there's Add Anchor Points. We can add more anchor points so that we can create more drips. And because these anchor points are created on a curve, they have handlebars. Right? So we can make this more drippy. So being able to adjust handlebars on curved areas is kind of interesting. Feel free to make that U look very drippy, and I'll be back to talk about more. We'll work on the T next. Enjoy.